Come on.
Hey, friends. Happy Friday. If you didn't think you was going to get through the week and you did, bitch, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. We did it. We did it. Um, Pink eye antibiotics regimen is done. Yesterday evening was my last day, so I could put back in my contacts. Of course, my dumbass almost put in the same pair of contacts from before. I forgot to throw them out. I threw out the contacts and the case, but I got a fresh pair in, and now y'all can see my face. But I have lost a place to clip my microphone when it's not sunny, but the wig is also back on. So it's a headband wig. So I'm gonna clip it to the headband. I want to talk about. Oh, that's my sensor going on. I want to talk about Tiffany Haddish. I'm not going to do too much research into it because I think we're watching the downfall of her as a person. And as much as people love to watch a train wreck, I don't like to watch a train wreck, especially when it's a black woman or even a black man. I don't like to see the train wreck. It makes me very uncomfortable, even with like Diddy, even though I think he guilty, and Jonathan Majors, even though I think he guilty. It's just very hard to watch a demographic of people. Not saying that it's a racial thing, but unless you're living under a very beautiful rock in America, black people, to attain the amount of celebrity and status as their white counterparts, have to work 3-4 times as hard and be 3-4 more times as talented, and sometimes that's not even enough. So when one of us makes it and then see the decline, it's very uncomfortable to watch. It's sad. It's sad. And, I'm a heartless, cold-hearted bitch, but it's just sad. Like, damn, like that. Like it's like that. It's like, oh shucks, snake eyes again. But so I feel like we're watching Tiffany Haddish quick rise to power, rise to fame, even power, right? Because fame and money can garner you some kind of power, but it's very. I was there watching her come up with, and then now I just see this steady decline. It's not rapid. It's very steady, and situations of the grooming allegations and the child abuse with her and Ari Spears, and her breakup with Common, and cutting off the hair so I could feel the scalp, and the DUIs, and the forced rehab treatment, and what else are we talking about? Like just it's just a steady decline. And I am an intellect, and I don't say that to boast or brag, but it does take a little bit more to get me to chuckle with a stand-up. Slapstick doesn't really do nothing for me. Like, I could watch Stone Face. Slapstick doesn't do anything for me. The lazy, easy, tired. White people are this. That doesn't get me. Black people are this. That doesn't get me. I like me a good old intellectual read. You know what I'm saying? I like me it take everybody a second to get in the audience, but I got it right away. That is my style of comedy. So I feel like Tiffany Haddish, to me, did not have the talent to get me to chuckle, but I could understand how her presenting herself to the world and garnering the attention of white people shot her up the same way Kevin Hart did. So, except Kevin Hart ain't crash out. You know what I'm saying? He didn't, and I think that goes to show when you have a foundation of a black partner, even though that's not who you end up with at the end. But when you have that, I think that's what kept Kevin Hart grounded long enough for him not to crash out. Oh, I had the heat off so y'all don't hear the air, but it's cold and I don't have a coat. So I was like, good for her. Like, I'm not a hater or nothing. It's just not my form of entertainment. I did watch Girls Trip to support, and I found it just as corny. You know, even with the other big hitters in there, I found it very corny. Um, she was in another movie where she played a teacher, or she was with Kevin Hart. I found that corny. The Mock You docu series, I found that corny. But you know, that's just me. I'm not society. I'm not the world. So and then I did support when she bought other female comics and gave them a platform. Like, look, I'm here. I'm gonna bring. So I think Ida Rodriguez, Flame Monroe, and there's another woman I can't remember. I did enjoy that. I did enjoy that. I'll give her props for that. I like that. So I watched that. I like the cute bit about, you know how much I paid for this dress. I'm gonna wear it 2-3 times. I like that. You know, I like that. She had her moments with me, but I was happy to see her with her coming up because of her story. If that is her story, whatever, sleeping in her car, couch surfing, all for you, girl. Get that money. I like it. I like it. And I really thought she was gonna have longevity in the business. I really did, because Samore, although she is famous, Samore is black famous, and I'll address a comment when somebody said, well, since when being black famous is bad? Being black famous is not bad. It's not bad, but I'll write this all in the comments. It's not bad. It's just not as marketable as white famous. And that's just a reality. It's not bad and it's not good. It is what it is. Black people make up what? A modest 13% of the population. I don't know if Hispanics have beat us out yet, but with all of these migrants and the way the Catholicism keeps the Hispanics from using prophylactics and birth control, we back down to being the super minority. So I'm not saying black famous is bad. You know, this is in regards to a comment on my Kelly Rowland post. It's just not as marketable or as lucrative as white famous. That's just a fact. Like, to me, my opinion, Beyonce is a much bigger talent than Taylor Swift. You can't compete where you can't compare. I don't even think you could compare the talents and the dance moves and the artistry of Beyonce and Taylor Swift. You just can't compete where you don't compare. But when it comes to numbers and dollars, Taylor Swift runs circles around Beyonce, because although Beyonce is international and she's mainstream and she's this and she's that, she's black and she stays in black spaces and she makes songs that say, I'm black, fluorescent beige, motherfucker, I'm black. She is proudly black, and therefore she's going to stay in those spaces. And being black famous is not as marketable as far and financially beneficial as mainstream white famous. It is what it is. It's not bad. So I don't think I said anything in my video about it being bad, but you know, you wrote me a novel and I put on the small nails, so you finna get a response. And this is no hate, no tea, no shade, but we gonna go back and forth, because I had to rewatch my video and I didn't say that Kelly Rowland being black famous was bad. It's just not as good. If you want to use good and bad, it's just not as good as being white famous. And J-Lo is white famous. J-Lo, yes, you're absolutely correct. J-Lo started at the bottom the proverbial bottom with the black people, but she's long gone. She's gone. She's white famous. Jim Carrey also, which you didn't write, Jim Carrey also started at the proverbial bottom with the Wayans and J-Lo. He's white famous. You know who also started at the bottom with the proverbial blacks and is still there and is not white famous? Is Gary Owen. because Gary Owens stayed in black spaces. Okay, J-Lo started in black spaces, left. Jamie Foxx stayed in black spaces, left. Jim Carrey stayed in black spaces, left. Kelly Rowland stayed in black spaces, still there. Gary Owens stayed in black spaces, still there. Beyonce stayed in black spaces, still there. Lizzo stayed in. Well, I'm saying stayed, but I meant started. Started in black spaces. Started. Lizzo, I'm not sure if Lizzo started in black spaces because I know she was doing some kind of rock and roll thing. But Lizzo is a crossover white spaces. Go look at the audience of a Lizzo concert. It ain't us. Okay. So yeah, back to what I was talking about. What was I talking about? Back to what I was talking about. So, oh, shit. Yeah, Tiffany Haddish. So Tiffany Haddish, might have started in black spaces. She's not there anymore. She's crossed over into white spaces. I've seen her do little skits and hits with Bert Kreischer and all of that. She's trying to cross over, and I think for the most part she has crossed over into white spaces, especially when she talks about her love of white dick and white men, and then also has now fully embraced her Jewish side, and now she's Jewish. So this was all an 11-minute introduction to talk about her latest antic, which is her flying first class to Israel because she wants to see for herself. As she sips, I hope it's not a screwdriver because last time I checked, you wasn't allowed to drink. But is that when you leave American airspace, are you allowed to drink? I'm just going to say for safety purposes, she's drinking orange juice, but it is in a flute. Okay. So she's drinking orange juice on a plane and she's doing, I don't know if these TikToks or shorts about how she is on her way to Israel so she could see for herself because she don't think she's getting the whole truth. Now that leaves a lot for speculation because we don't know what truth she's seeking, but it's wild to me that you are not going to Israel or Palestine or the Gaza Strip to help humanitarianly. You're not bringing a team out there to show that this is the truth going on. Whatever truth you're seeking, you're going for a front row seat to a genocide? Okay. As I put in my social media post, if you follow me on social media, be sure to follow me. I'm on Facebook at Aired Static. The mall is open, but ain't nobody shopping. She's very coherent. I'm not gonna say she's like out of it. No, she's very coherent. The mall is open. It is ready for customers. The mall, the floors have been mopped. They are dried. There is toilet paper restocked in the bathrooms, but it's empty. Ain't nobody there. What truth are you seeking? You didn't specify. Are you seeking to go over there because you are Jewish and you're saying, yo, guys, I see what y'all doing here in Israel. This ain't it. Then I also saw, I didn't watch all of the clips now because it's like I said, it's very hard to watch a train wreck for me. But I did see some comments, and I watch people who do other commentary on shit because I am a Cliff Notes girl. I haven't watched a reality television show in years, but I know everything that's going on because sometimes the Cliff Note videos be funnier and more entertaining than the actual show. Not sometimes, all the time. To delete all the fluff and get to the meat and the potatoes. So another commentator wrote that spoke that she's also out there to find her husband. I'm my first commentary. I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt in this scenario. You don't think the news is telling you the truth about what's going on? You're gonna go. You also said that you couldn't find a man, friend, or family member to go with you. That's because you're going alone, because those niggas are smart. Anyway, you're going alone to seek the truth. Now, let's say you really are there, unbiased, to go to Israel. Now, I see why flying to Israel would be safer than flying to Palestine, because you're not that dumb to know that the bombs are flying this way. They're not flying this way. So let me go where the bombs are flying out of and not in. I get it. Safety first, right? So you're flying into Israel to seek truth. Okay. You're there to seek truth. Okay. It's hard for me to give you the benefit of look, my anxiety is so high, I'm going like this because I really want to go in. I really want to go in. And I said for 2024, I was going to clean it up for y'all, because don't nobody want to hear no fat black woman cussing people out and being angry all the time, because I understand how attractive and unappealing being an angry black woman is. Although I think it's a fucking stupid stereotype trope, I understand how it's uncomfortable to watch. Just like me watching a black woman or a black man crash out is uncomfortable to watch. So my anxiety is very high because I really want to call her all kind of names, but I'm not. Okay, I'm trying to be on my Amanda Seals. If you are a seeker of truth, Tiffany Haddish, and that's why you're going there, I expect a full report upon your return. Now, I'm of the belief that I don't like to see people when they're down and out being videoed. For example, people that go around helping homeless people and giving them half-eaten sandwiches with their cell phone. I hate to fucking see that. I hate to see that. Or even the guy giving barbershop cuts on the street. I hate to see that. Unless you are a part of a legitimate 501c3b or non-for-profit where you got a whole team out there and you're wearing t-shirts of your non-for-profit and you got a truck out there and y'all are out there doing this project where it should be documented, because you need support, right? And you're a non-for-profit, so you need money. I get that. But the one man with the one camera person on a cell phone using bottle of water, I hate to see that. That's just my opinion. I hate it. I hate to see it. What I do like to see is the truck out there with the walk-in shower. Here's your goodie bag. You go in. We don't watch you washing your hair or getting a cut. We see you coming out and to thank you, and we give you a goodie bag of some clean underwear and feminine hygiene products if you're a woman living on the street. Because what's forgotten is y'all like to give the men socks, and socks are important, but homeless women who aren't menopausal age have periods. So it would be nice to see giving out feminine hygiene products. And before you come for me and tell me I shouldn't tell people what to do because you don't know what I'm doing, exactly. You don't know what the fuck I'm doing. You know why you don't know what I'm doing? Because it will never be televised. Any humanitarian aid or whatever I'm doing, I'm not broadcasting it for clicks and views. Okay? When I get that established, if I get that established, it will be a separate website with blog posts of what we're doing. It will not be on my personal social media page. And it will damn sure won't be on Air Static social media page. Because this is for shits and giggles. I believe in keeping people's dignity. So don't come for me and talk about what you're doing. I'll never kiss and tell on what I'm doing. Whether I'm doing something or not. I'm telling you what I don't like to see. And I scroll all the way past those. You get no long-term view from me. Give people their fucking dignity. So, Tiffany, I expect a full report when you come back. Give those Palestinian or even the Israeli people their dignity. And I don't need to see proof of your exploits. Just you sitting on a plane drinking orange juice, to me, is proof enough. Okay, boo-boo? It's proof enough. So, it's proof enough. So However, I did hear somebody play a clip of her say she wanted to talk to the Israeli people that was stolen on their way to work in Palestine. And I just cringed a little bit. And okay, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt in this scenario, and just give us a full report. We don't need pictures. We don't need commentary. We need commentary. Sorry, we don't need pictures. Um, you, leave them people with their dignity or humanity. Now, if you see any government corruption or military presence or whatever, show us pictures of that. Government, military, these terrorists, you see that, take pictures of that. But the citizens, please preserve their dignity. Now, I'm not giving you the benefit of the doubt in this scenario, and this is the majority of how I feel. You are an attention seeking, crashing out whore. This ain't it. I'm thoroughly disappointed in you as a black woman, Jewish or not. To me, there are some people that equate being Jewish with a race, but I see it as a religion. To me, being Jewish doesn't negate the fact that you are a black woman living in America. Have some fucking decorum. Be on the right side of history. There's a reason why you're not flying to Palestine. There's a reason why you're flying to Israel, bitch, because you know the bombing is not happening the other way. I think you're a clout chasing, child grooming. Okay, Eris. Fine. Center yourself. You are the goddess of discord, but read the fucking room. Read the room. This is the wrong time. If you went, go in silence. Go in silence. Now, if you're going to let us know that you're over there, fine. But the sipping of the orange juice seems shady. I'm going to find a man. No, you're going to witness a fucking genocide. Like, this isn't cute. This isn't fun. These are people. These are people. And are you so far removed from feeling your own feelings because you have drank them away that you do not know what it feels like to be human anymore? You don't know what it's like to be a person? Have you been rich for so long you don't know how it feels to be at the bottom anymore? Have you forgotten that you was fucking sleeping in your car and now you're going to go over there to see other people who might now be sleeping in their car? I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. And Amanda Seals did a video, which then we had to go to her Patreon to watch. And I did pay for the Patreon and I watched it. So I'm not gonna tell you what she said because or show you clips, because when you put something on Patreon, it is behind a paywall. And I'm gonna give her that respect and I'm going to leave it there. But the free part that she did show, I'm going to speak about it because she showed that. And she said that when she calls somebody her friend, she's going to speak to them in private before she speaks about them in public, which I can appreciate, because if you are my friend, and I use the term friend loosely, but I'm going to use it to equate like this. If your number is in my phone, I'm going to reach out to you first, because I have enough respect and admiration, whatever you want to call it, enough to store you in my phone. If you're in my phone and it's something that you did, I'm going to talk to you about it first. Now, if I try to reach out to you and that's no longer your number, then we're no longer on that level, because you got a new number and you didn't give it to me. Okay, so then we're not there anymore. So I'm going to talk about you because I did do my due diligence. You changed your number. My number's been the same since it was a pager. Okay, every time somebody go give me a number, oh, I already had you. This was my beeper number. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. So when people say I tried to reach out to you and I just didn't have lies and fabrications, because this has been my beeper number. Okay. I had this number since Middle school, bitch. Middle school. How many 917s are still left in New York? Original pager number. So if you can't find me, bitch, you lying. Okay, my business number is new. Not everybody got the personal number, but the business number is new. But now if I reach out to you and that's no longer your number, that means you change your number. You ain't give me the new number. We're not there no more. So like I was saying, I appreciate Amanda Seals saying that she reached out to Tiffany Haddish and they spoke. And Amanda Seals said, I'm disappointed in you. And they had a back and forth. And Amanda didn't like the response that she got from Tiffany. There was no disrespect. Just that ain't it, sis. That ain't it. And we can't be afraid to call out ourselves, okay, or people that have our likeness when they're wrong. Wrong is wrong and right is right. That ain't it, sis. This is the wrong time. This is a full out, I used to call it a war, but now it's a genocide / extermination. Those 4-4s making sure their kids don't grow. They're taking out the generations. They're like we want y'all extinct at this motherfucking point. So Amanda then goes behind the paywall on Patreon and talks about it. When I get big and juicy, I'll have a Patreon where, you'll have to pay to hear the salaciousness. But by the time that happens, this will be my primary source of income because there's a lot of things that I want to say that make me cancelable, but I'm a capitalist and I need the money. So right now, that's why there's a lot of pauses. I'm not dumb. I'm not retarded. There's a lot of pauses because I have to play it out in my head to make sure it clears all the green check boxes. So even me saying Israel a lot of times in this video is probably going to get a shadow ban. But, that's why people use words on YouTube like the small hats. Because there's certain words that you say that get your video like flagged and monitored because, freedom of speech is free, but they will, restrict you. So, and then Patreon, you pay. So it's pretty much open if you don't know what Patreon is. So Amanda Seals, I don't want to give out her content because you do have to pay. And if you are interested, it's well worth the money. Just find Amanda Seals on Patreon. But she says that she didn't like the conversation. Well, the conversation was fine. She didn't like what she was getting from Tiffany because Tiffany is pretty much double downing, triple downing, explaining her. And Amanda Seals is an intellect. She went to Ivy League school. She's smart. She's also a comedian. I do like her comedy because she's an intellect. And that ain't it. So that's why she's free. She feels that she's free to talk about it because she's not saying nothing to us that she didn't say to Tiffany. And pretty much it's on some bullshit. It's on some bullshit and Tiffany's on the wrong side. Come on.